Welcome back to another edition of Cover 1 The Film Room. The next play I want to break down is Logan Thomas's touchdown against TJ Ward. It's 3rd and 3 and the Bills send out a trips formation to the field. They'll motion Logan Thomas cross formation and settle in. Okay, so I want to work with the receivers to the bottom of the screen. You're going to have Jordan Matthews in the slot, and you're going to have Andre Holmes in a tight alignment to Jordan Matthews. With that motion, Tyrod Taylor knows it's man coverage, so we'll work through the route combinations here. You're going to have Jordan Matthews work to the middle of the field and then pivot back outside. Andre Holmes is going to work closely behind that route and actually run across the field. LeSean McCoy is just working out of the backfield and just running to the flats. And here are the defenders that are covering these receivers. So Andre Holmes' defender is actually an off and soft coverage. So he's got a ways to go. He's past the sticks. You're going to have Vernon Hargreaves covering Jordan Matthews in the slot. Obviously one of their better corners. And you're going to have a linebacker keeping an eye on LeSean McCoy as he runs to the flats. Now this route combination is really good because you'll see on the snap, look how close these two receivers are. I mean, they're really close. It's actually a decent rub by Andre Holmes right here at the top of Matthews' route. He gives him a nice little shove to Vernon Hargreaves to kind of create some separation. But the middle linebacker does a good job of closing that gap, almost deterring Tyrod from even looking that way, because Tyrod did look front side on this route combination. So really nice route combination by Matthews and Holmes. And honestly, if this linebacker, and you'll see it from the tight camera angle, if this linebacker had stayed put instead of jumping Matthews' route, I really do think that the ball is thrown right here to Matthews, right at the sticks. But that middle linebacker breaks hard on Matthews, and I think Taylor wanted to go there. So now Taylor works the Zay Jones and Logan Thomas combination to the top of the screen. So let's take a look at those routes. The corner that's covering Zay man-to-man has inside leverage on Zay, and he does this to take away any type of quick slant that we want to throw. So that's quite common. That's a common technique to use against any type of short passing game. What Zay does is actually work inside and sets a nice rub right here against TJ Ward. The angle by Ward is critical because if he picks the wrong angle against this route combination of a curl and then, you know, a little wheel up the sideline, if TJ Ward, who is not the most adept cover guy or cover safety, if he takes a bad angle here, it's a touchdown. And that's exactly what happens. You'll see on the snap, TJ Ward sees the pick coming. So now he's at a crossroads. Is there enough room to sneak by inside of this rub to get on the hip of Logan Thomas? No, there isn't. There's not much space at all. Now, if he had gone over the top, he can now use this boundary to the top of the screen as another defender. But instead, he goes inside. And Logan Thomas, he's not a premier tight end in this league, but one thing he does do is stretch the field, and he's got a really long stride, but he can move, and that's exactly what happens. He takes off as TJ Ward takes that inside move, that inside angle. Thomas takes off, and Taylor delivers it for the touchdown. So let's take a look at it from the tight camera angle. They motion Thomas across, obvious man coverage. What I want you to keep an eye on is where Tyrod's eyes are. He's looking front side to see how this route combination is going to develop. Watch Holmes at the top of this route. Gives a nice little elbow forearm shiver to Hargreaves, and it does create separation. Taylor does want to go there. Now look at Taylor's eyes. Look at the player he's looking at, this middle linebacker. He's the key to this front side passing route combination. Now, if this linebacker were to stay put right in the middle, that takes away this crossing route to Holmes behind it. Now what happens is at the top of the route, as Matthews separates, as that little rub play develops, this linebacker sees it and he jumps it and takes away that route. I think if this linebacker had stayed put or even jumped the crossing route behind him to Andre Holmes, you're going to see this little option route, it appears to be an option route by Matthews, turn into either the hook right there or just wide open pivoting outside. But Tyrod instead starts to work the two-man combination to the right side of Logan Thomas and Zay Jones. And I want to focus in on the offensive line because they did a really good job of blocking this four-man rush, specifically these tackles. Very good vertical sets, and they ride those edge rushers wide, allowing Taylor to work left to right on the screen, step up, and deliver the ball to Logan Thomas for his first touchdown of 2017. So we'll look at it again from the all-22 angle and real speed. Just a really nice play design. You have a really good man beater concept to the top of the screen, and then a three-man route combination to the bottom of the screen that can beat man or zone. But I believe Jordan Matthews had a nice option route built into this. Taylor doesn't like it and goes deep to Logan Thomas. Really nice play design. You know, it's something that Dennison's been taking a lot of heat for this season. You know, much like the Bucs weren't prepared for Deontay Thompson, they weren't prepared for Logan Thomas deep on this play, especially with TJ Ward in coverage. It's not really his best skill. So, nice play call, nice execution, and a much-needed touchdown for Tyrod Taylor in the offense. Thanks for joining me in the Cover One Film Room. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Locked On Bills podcast on iTunes.